Heat engines. See, heat engines are devices by which a system is made to undergo a cyclic process that results in conversion of heat to work. That is, heat engines are devices which converts heat energy into mechanical energy or mechanical work. So, in a heat engine, a thermodynamic system is made to undergo a cyclic process. During this process, thermal energy gets converted to useful work. Every heat engine consists of some working substance. The working substance may be different in different engines. For example, a mixture of fuel vapor and air in a gasoline or diesel engine, whereas in steam engine, the working substance is steam. So, different engines will have different working substances. Now, heat engines will have two heat reservoirs. Out of this, one heat reservoir is maintained at a higher temperature T1 and another one at a lower temperature T2. The heat reservoir maintained at higher temperature T1 is called source, and heat reservoir which is maintained at a lower temperature T2 is called the sink. So every heat engine consists of a source, a working substance, and a sink. The working substance goes through a cycle, consists of several processes. It's a cyclic process, and that working substance goes through a cycle consisting of several processes. In some of these processes, working substance absorbs a total amount of heat Q1 from an external reservoir. That is, at a particular stage, at a particular instant, or you can say in some of the process, working substance will absorb energy, heat energy from the heat reservoir maintained at a temperature T1, which is called the source. And in some other process of the cycle, the working substance releases a total amount of heat Q2 to an external reservoir which is maintained at a lower temperature T2. And the work done by the system in a cycle is transferred to the environment via some arrangement. For example, in the case of vehicles, as in the case of internal combustion engines, the working substance is taken in a cylinder which is attached with a moving piston. So, when this gas absorbs heat energy from the heat reservoir, the working substance expands, which pushes the piston outward. So, the work done by the working substance is transferred to the wheels of the vehicle by means of a shaft attached to the piston. So, by some mechanism, the work done by the system in a cycle is transferred to the environment via some arrangement. The cycle is repeated again and again to get useful work for some purpose. Since the initial and the final states of the system are the same, because it is a cyclic process, the device makes the working substance to undergo a cyclic process, the thermodynamic system to undergo a cyclic process. So the initial and the final states of the system are the same. That means the change in internal energy of the thermodynamic system is zero for the cycle. We therefore have from the first law of thermodynamics, that is W, the amount of work done is equal to Q minus delta internal energy. There is change in internal energy. So W is equal to Q minus delta E internal. Substituting the value of delta E internal, we have W is equal to Q1 minus Q2 because delta E internal is equal to 0 in the case of a cyclic process. So W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. The most important measure of heat engine is its efficiency. Efficiency is usually denoted by the letter eta. Now, what is efficiency of an engine? Efficiency is simply what we get out divided by what we put in during each cycle. That is, eta equals W by Q1. What we get out, we get useful work from that device. So, W divided by what we put in. It is the heat energy Q1 supplied by the source to the working substance. So the input energy is Q1 and the output energy is W. So eta is equal to output energy by input energy, which is equal to W by Q1. Now substituting the value of W, what is W? Q1 minus Q2. So therefore eta is equal to Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1, and that is reduced to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. This equation shows that the efficiency of a heat engine is always less than 1 because some amount of energy Q2 is given to the sink. So Q2 by Q1 will not be 0. Therefore, eta is always less than 1. But let us think that for Q2 is equal to 0, somehow we made Q2, value of Q2 is equal to 0. Then this equation shows that eta is equal to 1. That is, the engine will have 100% efficiency in converting heat into work. And the first law of thermodynamics, which is actually the energy conservation law, does not rule out such an engine. First law of thermodynamics states that eta can be 1 or 100%. But experience shows that such an ideal engine with eta is equal to 1 is never possible. Even if we can eliminate various kinds of losses associated with actual heat engines. That is, in practice, in reality, we cannot construct a heat engine whose efficiency is 100%. But according to first law, there is a possibility that the heat engine may have an efficiency of 100%. But in reality, we cannot construct such an engine. This shows that first law of thermodynamics has got certain limitations, very important concept. That is, from the efficiency of heat engine, we came to know that first law of thermodynamics has got some limitations. That is, it turns out that there is a fundamental limit on the efficiency of heat engine set by an independent principle of nature called the second law of thermodynamics. So second law of thermodynamics says that there is a fundamental limit on the efficiency of heat engines. Now, the limitations of first law of thermodynamics and the statement of second law of thermodynamics in detail will be discussed in another video. So please keep watching. The mechanism of conversion of heat into work varies for different heat engines. That is, the mechanism is different for different heat engines. Say a steam engine or a petrol engine or a diesel engine. The mechanisms will be different. How heat is converted to work, what are the processes involved, that will be different in different heat engines. Basically, there are two ways. The system, that is the working system, say a gas or a mixture of gases, is heated by an external furnace, that is in external combustion engines, as in the case of a steam engine. Steam engine is an example of external combustion engine. Or it is heated internally by an exothermic chemical reaction as in an internal combustion engines. The various steps involved in a cycle also differ from one engine to another.